This is Paul with Sweetown. We're here at Flash Memory Summit 2013. I'm sitting down with Swapna, the Director of SSD Product Marketing at sTec. And you know, you guys have really a traditional OEM base. It's kind of where you guys started, is you really have this broad base of OEM customers. But with the recent acquisition from HGST, which is kind of an ongoing thing, we can't speak a lot about that. You guys are still evolving as a company. You're starting to move more to look to expand your channel presence. Can you tell me a little bit about how you guys are doing that?
Sure, I sure can, Paul. So one of the things, you're absolutely right. We started out in the SSD field as an OEM company, but the market for SSDs is evolving, and as a company we are evolving with it. So some of the things that we've done is, this was back in the April time frame, we actually went through a full rebrand of the company. That's what you see us going from an older rebrand to a newer rebrand. But there was more than that. We actually have been working for the last over a year and a half, expanding our presence through the channels as well as through the end users. So of course, we're starting to do a lot of work with our channel partners, both the value-added resellers, system integrators, and the distribution partners. And in addition to that, we're also working with identified verticals and users in those verticals where SSDs can have a big impact in terms of solving the data center pain points, and improving the performance in the data center for storage.
And actually, you guys have a reputation of really addressing and tailor-making, your devices to address the needs of the customer instead of trying to have their needs address your devices. So you guys have a really good, history of that, and I think that your new product kind of reflects that as well, because really a lot of the integrators and the system builders and customers now, they are demanding what they want now.
Right.
So when we look at the old traditional SAS SSDs, we're looking at a 15 millimeter form factor. Now this is great because you can pop it right in front of your server. And in the past when we were using 3U and 4U racks, that was great. But now we've got 2U, now we have 1U, and we're looking at guys with blade servers. So that brings us to this new SAS form factor. This is an extremely small dual port SAS and a 1.8 inch form factor. And this is actually the smallest one I've held, and I play with a lot of SAS technology, so it's pretty impressive to me. Can you give me some words about this and maybe talk a little bit about the design and the architecture?
Sure. I'd say thin is in, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So you're right. Traditionally, and if we can use the word traditional with SSDs, is we started out with a 2.5 inch form factor.
It looks like a brick next to this.
It is a high hitter in terms of the sweet spot for the market. But what we are seeing is, as we increase the densities on the 2.5 inch, which is for the more traditional SSD deployments, we're starting to see a lot of blades in the service space, telco space where the space is constrained, for government and defense and federal users where the form factors are quite small and mobile, that our customers are looking for a SAS in a small form factor. So this is a 1.8 inch micro SAS. It's 5 millimeters in Z height as opposed to 15 that's in the 2.5 inch. And it comes with all the benefits of SAS. It's a dual port SAS.
High availability,
really good in performance. It tops out at, it's a SAS interface, so it's over 520, 530 megabytes per second.
Excellent.
On the performance, and packs density. So these come up to 400 gigabytes in density.
Wow.
So that thin thing is actually 400 gigabytes.
And can you speak to the controller at all that you're utilizing for that?
So that's a great question. We've got what we call is our controller technology, the SSD controller technology that we've been working on, and it's in its 4th generation. That's in a 2.5 inch. All the benefits of that same controller with the SAS front end and the full-featured flash management, which includes core technologies like having power backup, cell care for improving the endurance of the SSD in lifetime,
extremely important.
safe technology, which ensures that all the data at rest on the SSD is safe from any flash media failures. You lose a flash chip, we can still function. That's all built into it, into that controller. We've taken the same controller, taken it into this form factor, so it builds the same benefits that are the cell care, the safe, the power backup, everything, and put it in this form factor.
and you know, those types of features to guarantee data reliability are really the very name of SAS SSDs. You know, they're made to be the most extremely reliable, you know, products on the planet.
Yeah, and this enables us in both of these form factors to provide a full 5-year warranty.
Excellent.
And you know, of course, when we say 5-year warranty, we also ensure that we are, you know, at least 2x better than the industry in the amount of endurance or the lifetime that we build into these devices. And what you know, the other really good thing is we were at a talk earlier today where security of storage was brought up.
Encryption's big.
Encryption's big. So this comes in 2 form factors or 2 SKUs. One is standard non-encryption, but we also build these with standard hardware-based encryption that's in here. It adheres to the enterprise TCG encryption spec and provides that security.
Well, and the fact that it's hardware level is going to be very important because in some dense applications, they're not really looking to use a lot of CPU cycles for their encryption. And also, when people are looking for small devices, sometimes those might be deployed in areas that aren't as secure. There may be something hanging on a telephone. So,
like, think of the blades, think of the government and defense applications where they want to put these in data centers. It could be mobile data centers or, you know, kind of a temporary data center where they like having encryption built in. So that was a big feature, and we brought encryption in on this form factor, which is the 1.8-inch, but it's also now standard. We've done a refresh on our 2.5-inch where we have encryption standard built into those as well.
excellent. It looks like a great product. We appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by the booth.
Thank you very much.